Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Trades Talk. This is the most industrial stream on a Tuesday night, where we look at things from an industrial point of view. We'll check out the news, see what's going on out there in industry, who's shutting things down, who's building things, mergers, all that kind of good stuff. See if things are getting any better out there. And we'll also look into some articles, looking into the shortage of skilled tradesmen, because that's a thing. That's a real thing out there. And then, finally, I'll wrap it up with pictures and videos, and I know you guys always like that. But before I get to all that, I just want to say welcome to you, David Glenn. Good to see you. And I really liked your UHF reference there. That was a funny movie, a great one to watch for Weird Al. And James, that's your homework. If you haven't watched it all, you got to finish that up, man. Come on. And then I want to say hello to you, Alex Moore. How you doing? Good to see you. How about if we just get right into it then? Let's have a look at, here we are, Plant Magazine. You wonder if even nuclear power plants develop 9,000 psi of steam. I don't think you need that much. Even on hydraulic systems, I know some of the mobile ones are like 5,000 psi. You could probably get 10,000 psi. I know they make hoses with that rating, but yeah, I don't know if steam would get that high. All right, let's have a look here. What catches my eye here? Bell announces plan to open 6 AI data centers in BC as part of Bell AI Fabric. Bell is like your Comcast, your Verizon. They're just a communications company. Emerson launches new enterprise operations platform for industrial automation integration. Okay, well, let's have a look at that. Global industrial technology company Emerson is launching a new software-defined enterprise operations platform called Project Beyond. The platform is designed as a software-defined operational technology compatible system intended to integrate and optimize industrial operations. It incorporates technologies such as software-defined control, data management, zero-trust cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence to support automation efforts while aiming to minimize added complexity. What's up, DJ Ronnie G? You're just landing at the door. Attaboy. Emerson says the platform aims to offer a flexible, scalable, and secure foundation for enterprise-wide visibility, operational optimization, and the deployment of AI applications. It is intended to support industries including energy, power, life sciences, chemicals, and mining, while enabling organizations to modernize without replacing existing systems. Companies are eager to modernize automation and keep pace with the promise of new technologies like AI without ripping and replacing their existing infrastructure or dealing with the pain and costs of integrating new applications and millions of fragmented data points, said Ram Krishnan, Chief Operating Officer at Emerson. Project Beyond will use the power of software-defined control to introduce an entirely new scalable, seamlessly integrated infrastructure with automated data contextualization to turn trapped data into powerful operational efficiencies. Whew. That is word salad right there, everybody. What's up, Fabric? How you doing, man? Good to see ya. And Human Blaze the Cat. How are you? Welcome in. The new platform builds on Emerson's existing technologies, including the Delta V distributed control system and Aspen Tech's software portfolio. Aims to reduce the costly and complex technology integration required to move data across different operational technology systems and applications. I don't think it's like the Radio Fabric. Could be the same company, but these guys do automation and such. We use a Delta V where I'm at there, so I doubt it'll come to us, though. If it costs money, it's going to be like, nope. The platform also introduces the Delta V IQ controller, a software-defined controller that runs on commercial off-the-shelf servers, offered increased flexibility and scalability for enterprise operations. According to Emerson, the platform is intended to simplify the deployment of automation and AI technologies, reduce integration complexity, and support long-term operational goals such as improved efficiency, safety, and sustainability. All the tangible stuff you can't really see. Sounds like somebody's just getting snowed, that's all. By combining Emerson's automation capabilities with AspenTech's deep software expertise from modeling and optimization to machine learning and AI, we're embedding artificial intelligence into our systems, turning information into insights that will help our customers along their journey toward optimized autonomous operations. Yeah, big deal. Don't care. Next up, Canada's economy grew by 2.2%, analyzed over in the first quarter as businesses raced to beat the tariffs. It's not going to work, they said AI. Yeah, James. Ontario investing $500 million in critical minerals processing. Critical minerals? What are those? The Ontario government is investing $500 million to create a new critical minerals processing fund. It's a fund, not a plant or a facility. What are they going to use it for? The fund aims to provide strategic financial support to projects that accelerate the province's critical minerals processing capacity and Made in Ontario critical minerals supply chain. Our plan to protect Ontario includes building a strong, self-reliant economy and harnessing the value of critical minerals as a key part of our economic future and long-term prosperity, said Peter Bethlenfavli, Minister of Finance. With the creation of a new $500 million critical minerals processing fund, we're investing to unlock and process these resources right here in Ontario, securing good-paying jobs and building resilient communities for the future. Critical minerals tells you constantly that everything you're doing is wrong. They're very critical of you, are they? AI doesn't care. It doesn't scare you. Robots can't wear arm condoms. True. So true. And they probably have terrible bedside manner. As part of the province's 2025 budget, the new fund will help ensure existing mineral processing facilities can maximize their production, while also supporting the construction of new processing facilities so Ontario can meet increasing global demand. The government says that by building and upgrading critical minerals processing infrastructure, minerals mined in Ontario will be refined in the province instead of being shipped to other jurisdictions. I mean, that just makes sense to me. You mine it there, refine it there. As one of the most mineral-rich regions on Earth, Northern Ontario is uniquely positioned at the front line of our economic future, said Vic Fedeli, Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade. Through the Critical Minerals Processing Fund, our government is making a direct investment into processing projects that will strengthen our province's critical minerals supply chain and keep Ontario workers in high-value jobs now and for generations to come. Sounds like pie in the sky stuff to me. Got to be a little more down to earth when you're saying that. But I'm sure that's what gets everybody excited for the government to spend $500 million, because that's all it is. It's just government spending. Trump says he will double tariffs on steel and aluminum imports to 50%. Whoa. They can whack you with the welder or spray painter, though. Well, you got to walk up to them. I don't think they'll come after you, though. You're up at the Beaver Hut last week, and they were saying Kanakistan is having a mandatory gun buyback. Good luck dreaming a bunch of Chinese strippers. Disarming a bunch of... Yeah. Were they having a buyback? I haven't heard anything about it. Then again, I really don't pay attention to much of the news going on, because I can't stand the mainstream media. And what else we got here? Premier Ford signs MOUs, unlock free trade with provinces. Jolly commits to prioritizing Canadian steel, aluminum for defense. Canadian manufacturing slump persists in May amid tariff pressures and job loss. Oh, doom and gloom, everybody. Doom and gloom. Let's see what good old President Trump has to say. U.S. President Donald Trump said he will double the tariffs on steel and aluminum imports to 50% next Wednesday. Trump initially announced the boosted duties on steel during a rally at U.S. Steel's Mon Valley Works Irvin plant near Pittsburgh Friday evening. Told a cheering crowd of steelworkers that the increased levies will further secure the steel industry in the United States. Nobody is going to get around that, Trump said. In a post on social media after the rally, Trump said he would be increasing tariffs on aluminum to 50%. The only reason you go is for the news. Yeah. The articles at the Beaver Hut. Our steel and aluminum industries are coming back like never before, Trump posted. This will be yet another big jolt of great news for our wonderful steel and aluminum workers. Make America great again. In March, Trump put 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports to the United States. Trump used Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act of 1962 to impose steel and aluminum duties and said it will help bring manufacturing back to the United States. You guys can tell me if that's true or not. Is the manufacturing coming back? I know you guys are all spread around the different states there. Is this happening? Canada is the largest steel supplier to the United States, accounting for nearly 25% of all imports in 2023. About a quarter of all steel used in America is imported. Trump on Friday said he was thinking about a 40% tariff, but said the group wanted it to be 50%. As the duties have increased with Trump's tariffs, the government's producer price index found the price of steel products has gone up roughly 16%. Industry Minister Melanie Joly said Canada is fighting the unjustified and unlawful tariffs with retaliatory actions, domestic support packages, and moves to diversify trade. Our steel and aluminum workers and businesses deserve no less than our full commitment, both for these current tariffs as well as any future tariffs, Joly said in a statement posted on social media Friday night. I've been in constant contact with steel and aluminum producers and workers and look forward to the formal set of meetings in the coming days to advance our plan. DJ, you're in the CCCNY? I don't know what the CCCNY means. Something New York? This county? Something New York? I don't know. States of matter. Yes, there are 4 states, actually. 4. Don't forget plasma. B. Brusk, president of the Canadian Labour Congress, said Trump's plan to double steel and aluminum tariffs is yet another direct attack on Canadian workers and a reckless move that will send shockwaves across the Canadian economy. This decision will shut us out of the U.S. market completely, devastating Canada's steel and aluminum industry and threatening thousands of good-paying unionized Canadian jobs. Ross said that in light of the escalating threat, Canada's unions call for immediate government action to protect workers. That includes emergency reforms to employment insurance and wage subsidies. Commie state, something like that. Okay. Sad to say, if it isn't cattle, horse, or tribe related, you have no idea. You get your news from strippers. I mean, yeah, you get your news from the strippers. Which honestly is probably better than the mainstream anyway. We need a government that is prepared to stand up for Canadian industries, invest in good union jobs, and protect our economic sovereignty in the face of growing international uncertainty. Also, spread out where you're sending the steel to. Diversify. Don't be an idiot business that just sits there and whines away and doesn't do anything about it. You think we're joking, but it's true? Couple dozen they repeatedly burn out. You don't have time for the news. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Candice Lang, President and CEO of Canadian Chamber of Commerce, said in a statement that unwinding the efficient, competitive, and reliable cross-border supply chains in steel and aluminum comes at a great cost to both countries. Lang said that in 2018, under the last round of steel and aluminum tariffs, there is a significant net negative job loss in America. Doubling the steel and aluminum tariffs to 50% is antithetical to North American economic security, she said. The fact remains that Canada is a reliable and secure trading partner that supplies materials that sustain American jobs. Economists have said tariffs on steel and aluminum during the first Trump administration were costly for American companies and consumers. Trump used national security powers to impose a 25% tariff on steel imports and a 10% tariff on aluminum imports in March 2018. Nearly a year later, the White House announced a deal had been reached to prevent surges in steel and aluminum supplies from Canada and Mexico, ending the trade dispute. A report by the Washington-based Tax Foundation said during that time, companies were forced to pay higher prices and the duties resulted in a loss of about 75,000 manufacturing jobs. David says, never believe anything a stripper tells you. There's no sex in the champagne room. That's right. When World War III starts, you won't know for a month. Yeah, what is going on here? Awful lot of planes flying overhead. The Peterson Institute for Economics found that each job saved in steel-producing industries came at a high cost to consumers, roughly $650,000 per job. The Canadian steel industry has warned the return of Trump's tariffs would bring back the disruption and harm seen in 2018. There were also job losses and production pauses in Canada. Trump announced the increased tariffs during a rally to celebrate a deal between Japan-based Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel. Trump said U.S. Steel will stay on American company. Well, it will stay an American company, but few details of the deal have been made public. Nippon Steel issued a statement approving of the proposed partnership. It's not clear if a deal has been finalized. But they all have such honest faces. Yeah, right. The surge in duties on steel and aluminum imports come after the president faced his first major legal pushback against the use of different emergency power to impose sweeping tariffs on most nations in the world. The president used an International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977, usually referred to by the acronym IEEPA, to enact his so-called Liberation Day and fentanyl-related tariffs. Wednesday, the U.S. Court of International Trade blocked those tariffs, saying Trump went beyond his authority to use IEEPA to take his trade war to the world. The following day, a federal appeals court granted the Trump administration emergency motion for a temporary stay, allowing those tariffs to stay in place for now. Okay. Oh, Infinite Metal. He's on the kick side. We can see you there, Infinite. Surprise stream inspection. Show me your oil trap. It's all good. Filters are clean. Everything's good. We're just checking out some of the news here. Canada manufacturing slump persists in May amid tariff pressure and job loss. Now, I think that's it. I think we're going to move along from this news over to some of the articles I've found here. Skills Canada National Competition 2025 in Regina wraps up with celebration of National Skills Champions. Okay, so they had it in Regina, Saskatchewan. Today, Skills Canada released the final medal results of the Skills Canada National Competition. Over the past week, over 500 students and apprentices from across the country competed for the title of National Champion in over 40 skill areas. At the Real District, the complete list of medalists is available on the Skills Canada website. In addition, the official members of World Skills Team Canada 2026 were announced. They will be competing at the 48th World Skills Competition in Shanghai, China in September 2026, and will begin training for this prestigious competition. Well, man, why would they have it in Shanghai? Like, man, the place is just polluted to high heaven. Got a silly joke, got a silly short for y'all. All checks out this time, but you'll be watching. All right, on. Thanks, Infinite. Don't forget to tune into Infinite Metal, you guys. He streams there over on Kick and Twitch, and he plays a lot of retro games, and he's got an undead dragon lord that mocks and ridicules him as he plays, which is half the fun of going there and listening to that. That's fun stuff. Yeah, there you go. Got the old skelly emoji I see there. Where were we? Oh, yes. Approximately 250 medals were awarded to the top competitors in 6 skilled trades and technology sectors, including transportation, construction, manufacturing, and engineering, information technology, services, and employment. Competitors were evaluated based on strict industry standards and competed against the best in Canada. Thousands of students, visitors, industry leaders, government officials, and industry celebrities were in attendance to take part in the on-site activities such as skill showcase featuring First Nations, Inuit, and Métis skills, the Empowering Women in the Trades Initiative, and over 50 try-a-trade and technology activities. Celebrities included Sherry Holmes, contractor, TV host and do-it-yourself enthusiast, and Ariana Dick, Miss Rodeo Queen Agribition alumni 2023-24, and welding apprentice, who are both strong advocates for women in skilled trades. The goal of skilled trades is to engage Canadian youth and promote the rewarding and lucrative careers that are available to them in the skilled trades and technologies. It is the only national multi-trade and technology event of its kind for young students and apprentices in the country. Skills Canada National Competition connects us to the next generation of skilled professionals, showcasing the vast opportunities in skilled trades and technologies. Through hands-on activities, students can explore exciting, in-demand career paths, said Sean Thorson, Chief Executive Officer, Skills Competencies Canada. And it just goes on about a little bit more. But there you go. Skills Canada. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, Miss Rodeo Queen. Here we have one called Navigating the Skilled Trade Gap. The GRIT Foundation, led by industry experts, aims to bridge the skills gap by introducing youth to the trades. This is what they should be doing. They should be going to, junior high, high school, and showing them, look, this is what you can be doing. You don't have to go to university. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to go to whatever else. You can go to a trade school. Their engaging camps offers hands-on experiences and emphasize the value of skilled trades. Thinking back at least 15 years ago, I remember having conversations with my dad about how long it took to evolve a technician from an apprentice to a senior tech. This is back when it was common to post help wanted ads in the local newspaper. I thought that offering more money and better benefits could attract higher skilled technicians and drastically reduce the training period. To say I was naive would be an understatement. It's not all about money, that's for sure. Livestock regulations, fully half of them contradict the other half, and it's up to the agency and the time of day as to what they enforce. Vocational high schools, as they call them here, have really good results when tried around here. Hey, that's great, Infinite. Right on, man. Yes, Fabric. Bring back trade classes in high school. 100%. When I went to high school, they had what was called industrial education, and they would teach you, woodwork, drafting, metalwork, all that kind of good stuff. And then halfway through the year, it'd switch over and you would do home economics, which was learning how to cook, sew, all those things that you learn. It was great. Hey, Veritax, how you doing, man? Good to see you. How's things doing? Oh, and Aris is here too. Greetings, Aris. Hope you're doing well. Even if the kids do want to go to college, they often just do better in those schools. Easier to understand what they learn that. Yes, yeah, and that's right, Infinite. It's straightforward. You don't have to take courses that have nothing to do with what you're learning, which is bizarre, but they make you do that in university and college or whatever. They're like, yeah, this is your major. Well, then you take a minor. Trade school, it's like, I want to learn to be a welder. Okay, this is how you be a welder. And that's, that's it. It's very straightforward. The dirty truth. A few weeks ago, after teaching an airflow class in Green Bay, Wisconsin, I loaded up my tools, jumped in a rental car, and opened Spotify, my preferred music and podcast platform, before starting the several-hour drive back to Illinois. I settled on Theo Vaughn's This Past Weekend podcast, episode 577, featuring Mike Rowe. And for those out there, Angry Canadian has called me Mike Rowe Light. So I wear that as a badge of honor, being called micro-light. They even taught basic plumbing like sink and toilet installation and pipe threading. Kids need that. Yeah. Yeah, Fabric. We even learned how to run a lathe. And we made like our own hacksaws out of the metal that we managed to put together and form with the lathe. And we also had us make a C-clamp where we had to make a mold and pour liquid aluminum in there and make it and do it that way. So we were pouring using hot molten aluminum and we made a C-clamp. That was awesome. Mike Rowe hosted the hit television series Dirty Jobs, which showed him working alongside tradesmen nationwide. Since the show, Mike has become a spokesman for skilled trades and a champion of promoting the alternative to a 4-year college degree. In the podcast, Mike told a story about how a gentleman from Blue Forge Alliance called him and asked for help hiring skilled workers. Blue Forge Alliance represents 15,000 companies and is looking to hire 140,000 people over the next 9 years. Mike told him, if you want to find your new employees, you need to look at students in the 8th grade. Those are your future employees. That's true. You even understood why it can be good to do the broader classes the other way. We just don't need that many people doing it. Yeah. Yeah, Infinite. And I noticed that too. When I was leaving high school, I didn't know I was going to go into the trades. That happened a little bit after. I did go, though, about 2 months after. But it seems a lot of people went into computers. And there was a glut. There was a glut of people going into just doing basic computer stuff. And that didn't work out very well because there was way too many people for the jobs that were open. And yeah, so I'm glad I did what I did. It was just dumb luck, but I did it. You do think more and more apprentice systems emphasized for just more jobs would be better too? Yeah. Now they got to be careful because when you're an apprentice, when you have to have a journeyman, there has to be a ratio. You can't just have like one journeyman and like 10 apprentices. That's not how it's supposed to work. Some companies will have a ratio of maybe 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So 1 journeyman, 2 apprentices, maybe 3. But that's how they do it, and it helps with their teaching and learning and not screwing up and costing company money. Thought about listening to podcasts instead of manual when driving, but figured the roads are irritating enough. You don't want to end up in a ravine. Yeah, there you go, Fabric. Stay on the road, man. Keep it between the lines. Focusing on the future. There was a time when our country took pride in the trades and the education system encouraged children to explore working with their hands as a viable career option. Since then, many schools have eliminated shop classes and promoted colleges as the only clear option for their students. This might have been the colleges and universities interfering. You never know. There could be some backroom dealing going on. I believe somebody in the chat told me that universities or something were buying the schools and just terminating all those trades classes. So that's not good either. That's a lot of collusion and stuff. You know, when you got a well-paying IT job, you found out you didn't like doing IT work. Oh no, David. That's the worst when it's like, I want to do this job. And then you do it and you're like, oh, I don't like this at all. The worst feeling. Bring back trade guilds. Yeah. You hear how the old guilds used to reliably have the more successful skilled people helping out and teaching the others, even if they were so-called competition? Yeah. There you go, Infinite. Yep. You make a good point. Brian Orr, founder of the HVAC School podcast and YouTube channel, his wife Leilani Ruchi Shah, founder of the Skillcat app, and Ty Brananaman have recognized these issues and started the Grit Foundation. Grit Foundation focuses on bridging the skills gap and empowering the next generation with tools, knowledge, and opportunities to thrive in the skilled trades. They aim to introduce youth to the trades and demonstrate how it can be a rewarding option that offers financial stability. That was you? Ah, yes. Thanks, Fabric. Universities are buying vocational schools and closing them. That's just dirty. That's wrong. That's all kinds of wrong. There could be bad aspects to guilds, but they seem to usually work to make their trade better overall, at least locally. Yeah. Yeah, Infinite, I agree. And we got to do something to fight the universities buying vocational schools. That's not good. Grit Foundation, the same company selling good news newspapers via child. You remember that from the comic books, David? You'd look in the back there, it's like, yes, sell Grit. Sell Grit. This is the great newspaper. The Grit Foundation hosts camps for children between the ages of 12 and 15, which are discovery-based and designed to be engaging. Camp begins with a treasure map and escape room-style challenges, introducing the concept of lost skills. Safety is emphasized during the camp, as it should be, with the experience emulating a real-life job site, with the children wearing vests, safety glasses, gloves, and name badges. Each camp has volunteer mentors who teach the children different hands-on activities. These activities include using a tape measure with a focus on adding and subtracting fractions. Yeah, that's a thing. Carpentry projects, cutting and assembling boards with screws and a drill, pipe fitting, working with PVC and copper, even learning how to braze, and basic electricity, using a multimeter to test circuits and components. If it was me, I'd be like, here's a cutting torch. You got to get out of this room before the walls close in on you. But maybe they'll add that one later. I've got lots of ideas, but they might not like it. Yeah, that's why the trades have nowhere to train. Yep. A lot of universities are themselves expected to start closing in mass over the next few years. Really? That's crazy if that's going to happen, Infinite. They already started in the US at least, but expected to accelerate. Some will survive, just a lot won't for various reasons. Oh. Yeah, that's there you go. That's big news then. They're going to start shutting down. It's due to overcharging, undereducating, and DEI. Oh, Fabric's got it there. Maybe that is it. Because really, you don't need to come out with 6 figures worth of debt to get into the job you want to do. Like, that's just asinine. You know how much debt I came out with after doing trade school? 0. I came out with 0 debt. The reason? It was affordable. And yeah, I had to work while I went to school, but it wasn't it was only for the last half of it. The last 6 months I think I had to work. But anyways, yeah, it was affordable even with the books and everything and modules involved to buy. It wasn't a financial burden. A lot of demographics. We were at the 18 years since there was a huge drop in birth rate in the U.S. Oh, okay. So no students to enter. All the ones they were trying to get out of high school aren't there. Or there's less of them there. I guess that's what it boils down to. But yes, I mention demographics a lot on the channel here during the trade stream because when these articles come up that people are like, wow, we never saw this coming. We never knew that all the tradesmen were going to retire in this year. And I'm just like, you guys are dumb. You could have looked at a demographics chart and plotted it out where the greatest number, which are the boomers, they are going to retire. And you are going to have a giant hole for tradesmen. You're not going to be able to fill it. So it was staring them in the face. They just didn't want to see it. Which was originally recession related, but didn't recover after economy recovered. I see. Let's continue on here. The children can take home a tangible project they create with their hands as a reminder of their experience. The camp is currently a free one-day event for the participants. Positive feedback from the parents has been extraordinary. When the kids come home from camp, they remember every detail about the learning experience. Camps are promoted through grassroots efforts like local churches, Facebook groups, and word of mouth. This approach seems to work by maintaining a community-centric atmosphere. And that's what you need. It's really the journalists and politicians that didn't see it coming. Plenty of people saw a lot of these things coming. Yes. It's just they're the ones, the journalists and the politicians, when you read what they say, it's like, wow, you guys are dumb. Giant sucking sound. Yeah, that's right, David. Your veterinary school was free if you worked X amount of hours as a circuit vet. They worked you so hard, I changed my name to... Easy there, Fabric. Worked as a circus vet. Circuit, yeah. Although a circus vet would be fun, wouldn't it? A lot of traveling. The trade mess we have is the mess they intentionally made. Yes, why have people know a skill that can repair and things when you have the mentality of people that are like, I don't know how it works, and then they throw it away and have to buy a new one. Whatever it is. Grit not only offers learning experiences for the children, but is also highly beneficial to the mentors who help host the events. The mentor's job is to motivate and guide the children throughout the experience. But many volunteers have found renewed pride and excitement in their skills when teaching others. Yeah, that would be me. I do have a lot of pride in myself when I'm showing somebody something that they don't know, whether it's an apprentice or something like that. It's like, oh, have you ever seen this before? No? Okay, well, here, let me explain to you. You know, this is how it works. This is what you'll see out there. And that happens out there. Grit emphasizes the importance of the camp host recruiting experienced tradesmen for mentor positions to ensure the hands-on activities are performed safely and responsibly. Yeah, kid, if you don't lose a finger, you're not going to be a good tradesman. Come on. Don't worry about it. Just use that chop saw. Come on. Hurry up. The mentors are encouraged to reflect on how they acquired their skills and consider the best way to pass those skills on to the younger generation. This keeps both the mentors and the children engaged throughout the camp. It isn't common to find an organization that isn't looking for an angle to line their pockets. Grit is not looking to profit from its camps. In contrast, they offer these events at no cost to anyone involved. They are currently working towards creating a formal non-profit organization. The camps are hosted by local contractors who donate their time and materials such as lumber, pipe fittings, and safety gear. Grit creates the name badges and helps organize the contractors' event. Grit hopes to expand across multiple trades and form partnerships with plumbing, HVAC, and electrical contractors. The camps will continue to improve if companies can unite and co-host different trades in each camp. This will emphasize the diversity and importance of the skilled trades. Thing you've wondered lately, what will be the major in-demand trades in 5 to 10 years from now? That's a good question, Infant. I know we saw that we read an article last stream about the top 10 jobs that are in demand in Canada. So I think electrician was one of them. Welder was in there. You're always going to need millwrights. So if you take a millwright job, that's always going to be something that's going to be in demand because millwrights do so many things. And they can specialize too. You can specialize in little niche things like NDT, non-destructive testing. You can deal with hydraulics specifically. You could be a compressor or a pneumatics guy. So there is various facets you can specialize in. You can do coupling alignment. That's high-speed rotation balancing. You can do all that. Or you can just be a general millwright and do sort of a little bit of everything. Remember the globalists? We'll all just sell each other hamburgers. I said, it'll be fine, they said. We have a shortage of electricians and many other trades lately, but hard to say what will be filled in. I mean, we can check on Indeed as well to see what is in demand right now. They work, yes. The miniseries Roots. There you go. I think LeVar Burton was in that one. Yeah, the list said travel agent. Yeah, I remember that, Fabric. Yes. Also, I don't qualify travel agent as a skilled trades. Hosting a Grit camp is not a quick and easy career day. It takes great planning and upfront work to ensure the camp is a success for everyone involved. The following code holds true in more areas than just the trades. Maintaining focus will ensure a better world for future generations. A society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they shall never sit. It's a Greek proverb. I got one more article here, and this one is from Detroit. Hey, James, it's in your state. I don't know where Monroe is, but this one says, study reveals Monroe among the worst staffed metros for skilled trades in the U.S. You're thinking about your kids and remembering how in demand and secure IT jobs were supposed to be for the future, but are now at above average unemployment. Yeah, Infinite. I mean, you don't have to like push your kids into it, but you can hint to them that, hey, the skilled trades is a good way to go because there is going to be a shortage. There is a shortage now. And it's something that will help them because it will be not just a job, it'll be a career. And they can go as far as they want in it. They can go from, if they just want to work a 9-to-5 job or, 7 to 3, or if they want to work 12s, that's fine. Or they can own their own company if they have the drive and the ambition to either, if they're going to be electricians, they can make their own electrical company or whatever that turns out to be. But there is a list of about 140 skilled trades out there that they can participate in. It would be a great office environment for doing other work, however, like accounting. Placate Button was Kunte Kente. Oh, yeah. LeVar Burton made watching Reading Rainbow very awkward. Southeast Michigan, where the refinery is, north of the nuclear power plant. Okay, James. Wayne County, Michigan, dated an Arab girl from Monroe in college. Hey, look at you, Faber. You got tired of having to get certified for every new software package coming down the pike. It was like being a doctor without that doctor money. There you go. Okay, so it's south of Detroit. Okay. You never oppose them going into the trade and try to teach them to do stuff for themselves, even though at least one is certainly an academic type. Yeah, and that's okay. So maybe the academic type will be like an engineer or something like that, which is okay too. You go to your college, you get your engineering, whether it's a mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, process engineer. There's a bunch of them out there. It's just pick one, and if you're academically inclined, that's your route you're going to go. Where you will work with tradesmen. I work with lots of engineers. I deal with reliability engineers, chemical engineers, process engineers. So I deal with a bunch of them, and it's a pleasant exchange. Homeowners in the U.S. are facing rising costs and long wait times when it comes to hiring those in the skilled trades. That's why, with our new mission called Trade Up, we're highlighting the work trade men and women of Detroit do by showing there's a pathway to a successful and lucrative career in the trades. During our mission, we want to elevate careers in skilled trades, especially in Monroe. Researchers at Today's Homeowner found that homeowners in Monroe and all across the country are feeling the pinch when it comes to less skilled trade workers. Monroe is the hardest hit when it comes to problems like fewer contractors, longer waits, rising costs. Nationally, there are just 57 home service workers per 1,000 homeowners, but Monroe only has 23.4, putting them on the 10 worst staffed metros in the country for home services. Engineer, you don't want to drive no train. Yeah, there you go. In 2021, Monroe had 1,060 contractors for 50,129 homeowners. In 2024, Monroe had 1,190 home service professionals, or 23.4 per 1,000 homeowners. Despite an increase in skilled trade workers, Monroe remains part of the 63% of metros where contractor access has not kept up with demand. The trade with the most growth in employment is in Tallahassee, Florida, in construction and building inspectors. Okay. Is the trade shortage here to stay? According to a report, Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that by 2033 there will be the modest growth in most home service occupations. Electricians are expected to grow by 11%, HVAC technicians by 9%, and plumbers by 6%. Remember, guys, I keep saying the HVAC is a good one to get into. People want to be warm in the winter and cool in the summer, so you are always going to be working if you're an HVAC technician. Many trades will face greater hiring needs due to workforce turnover. Maintenance and repair workers will have over 157,000 annual openings. Despite just 5% projected growth from 2023 to 2033, electricians are expected to see over 80,000 openings a year, mostly due to retirements or workers switching careers. Do they say your job is to prevent the excrement from impacting the rotary impeller? Maybe. Let's see. How to navigate trade shortage. Plan repairs and renovations early. Whether you're replacing your HVAC system or planning a new roof, expect longer timelines and higher prices than you might have seen a few years ago. Vet contractors carefully. If you're hiring for complex jobs such as plumbing or electrical, it's essential to ask for licenses and references. Price estimates can also help you gauge quality. Know your limits on do-it-yourself projects. While DIY might seem like a way to avoid long wait times, it often ends up costing more if you need a professional to fix mistakes. Save yourself the trouble by sticking to cosmetic upgrades and leaving the rest to certified pros. Okay, well, they didn't really say what they were going to do about this problem, but apparently in Monroe, it's not that great for finding skilled trades workers. Florida, too low, too wet, too many hurricanes. From the moon is harsh, mistress. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for the articles. Let's go to... It's picture time. It's picture time. I know you guys like picture time. And as you can tell by the title of the stream, inspections are important. I am going to show you why inspections are important. First, we'll go here. You guys can enjoy Liliel for a little bit while I find the file. It's from the Anime 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, in case you're wondering. All right, you guys ready for this? Okay. So, every month I have to go and do a pipeline inspection. I have to make sure that what is called a cathodic protection of the pipeline. This is where they put a current into the pipeline to keep it from corroding. So anyways, I have to go and check several points along the way. And at one point, I cross a railroad. And when I was crossing it today, I was like, look at this. I'm like, is that the railway? Is that a rail? And yes, that is a rail. And it is, I think it's worn out. You miss actual pictures, photo paper, the entire thing. Oh, that's great to have those photos in your hand, isn't it? Good old 35mm film. But yes, I went along the railway and I was like, what is this? Why is there chunks out of this rail? Like, has it been here that long that it's just finally it's worn out? And these guys, and I should have checked too, but rails will always have a year that they were made stamped into them. So you can look along the side and see what year they were made in. So I should have checked that first. Why did the millwright cross the road? I don't know, Fabric. Why did? Yes, the rail, yeah. Does the rail get crossed with you crossing it? In Soviet Russia, rail cross you. Just a tad, some JB Weld will fix that right up. You guys must know, or in case you don't, rail are made of like high grade steel. Like this is really dense and very hard steel to put up with the weight of the train and such. So that you have a hard time doing anything to this thing. Shrank like wood or something? I don't know. But there's another one. Like this is crazy. Like just cracks. Just cracks in the rail. So I'm thinking to myself, geez, should I send this to like CN and get them to have a look at this? CN stands for Canadian National Railway. So I should send this to them and be like, hey, you guys might want to look over at this section of track, because I don't need a train wiping out next to my plant. Because then everybody would be in trouble then. That's all we need, is to have a train derail and roll into our cars, and then you get hydrogen sulfide everywhere, and now you're evacuating a whole town and maybe causing a massive amount of deaths. So, yeah. It's got a crack habit, send it to rehab. Just say no to crack. And welding and buffing will fix it right up. They'll probably they should better replace that. Please tell me that isn't made of Chinese. I don't think it is fabric. I think these tracks, I'll have to check the year that they are, because usually they put tracks in and they just leave them. They just leave them until they get to this point, and then they come and change them out. But I'm pretty sure these were good. The tracks on our rail, on our site, are from 1955. So that's when the rails on our siding were made. This is the main line. I don't know when these were put in. Rails aren't supposed to do that. I mean, after 60 or 70 years, maybe. It depends on the year. Like I say, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check to see if I can find the year on these things. Your bet's 1919. Oh, there we go. That's a good guess, James. You gotta go. Okay, Aris. Thanks for coming out, man. It's great to see you. CN's always doing maintenance on the iron ore tracks around there. Yeah, okay. Good. They better. They don't need it. We don't need any derails, you know. Yeah, that's crazy, the crack. Also, I've got video for you guys, too. I took a video of it. So let's get that. Let me get that up here. Make it big. And do this. And okay, yeah, you guys can see okay. They don't make the Canadian penny anymore, James. They stopped making it in 2012. So we don't have pennies anymore. We only have nickels. Or 5-cent pieces. There are sensors all along the route, and they have dedicated linesmen who inspect every 4 days. Someone isn't doing their job. Well, let's see here. Like I say, let's watch the video and see. So so I better clarify. There's the pipe, some of the pipelines there that I have to go and check with a gas monitor to make sure they're not leaking. So that's them there in the distance. And there's the rail right in front. I'm standing right in front of it. And look at that. The piece broke off. And I can fit it right up to where it was. And it's a big chunk missing out of it. And then right here where the two pieces are connected. Then along here, there's more missing pieces. And there's another one there. There's looking that direction. And then looking that direction. Gas monitor, is that Mrs. Pop after chili? I have to report this. Yeah, Fabric, you know what? I was just thinking. I probably should just be like, hey, CN. What's this? You guys want to come out here and have a look at this? Because that's not good. But yes, one more time. Pieces of track that have broken off Should have live streamed with GPS on. Oh, you know what? I didn't look at the rail plate. Might get a bounty like a debugger. Probably get in trouble. They'll be like, oh, what are we doing walking along the tracks? You're not supposed to. That's private property. Unsafe track equals unsafe transport. Possible issues with base products when arriving and combination products on... Yeah. Yeah, Veritax. I mean, I don't want to be next to a train that derails. It's bad. It's bad for everything. It's bad for us. It's bad for the environment. Yeah, this isn't on site. This is off site. I'm looking at our pipeline. So I have to go off site. So I'm not near the plant site. But still, this is something they have to take care of. But yeah, where is that plate? Okay, there's two. I can see two rail spikes in that plate. Remember East Palestine? Yes. Yes. Okay, yeah, there's only one spike in that one. Yeah. There's one spike in that one too. Wow, lazy. I don't even think that one's touching the rail at all. That one's only got one spike. That's got two. That's got two. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. When we go out and do inspections, this is stuff you notice. And really, I was just out to inspect the pipeline. I wasn't going to inspect the rail. It's not my job, but it is something that you notice. You know, this one's another piece of it. When you notice something like that, and you guys are right, I will say something to CN Rail about this, because yeah, I don't want a derailment. Pete Buttigieg still employed. But yeah, there you go, you guys. That is why inspections are important. Those ties look worn out as well. They probably are. Did I show you guys the new grading I made? I can't remember. Did I have that with me the last time? Show you guys that I actually had to make a new grading for the storm drain. It's Canada. They have Airspuncher. And we have red green too. You can mix anything with duct tape. At least that's what he would say. Keep your stick on the ice. Okay, I didn't show you guys that. Okay, thanks, Fabric. Like the road wheels are slightly touching the wood. Yep. Oh, and it's is it? Yeah, it's all video this time around. You guys are lucky. More video. So here you have a storm drain. And this storm drain is in need of repair badly because it is all rusted. Red Green would sort that rail in no time. Yeah, I'm sure him and Harold would get something done. Here we go. Take that off. Let's have a look at it. It's not very deep. But look at that. Rusted. It is rusted and just being eaten away. Eroded. Corroded. Whatever you want to call it. Is it Mick Aarspuncher or Mac Aarspuncher? Look at that. Just almost rusted away completely. And it's round. It's a round circular shape. All right. Well, I'm going to have to make up a new one. Because that's what I do. Red Green would duct tape stainless steel steak knives to something like that. So what do? You go and get yourself a piece of brand new bar grating. And use this as a template. It's like, okay. Make sure everything lines up. You have to mark it out so that you can cut it to size. And Stevie Wonder, pour that concrete. That concrete is probably 60 years old. Okay, so there we go. Next up, you get to see a little bit of yours truly. So I'm using a cutoff wheel on a grinder. And you can see I'm all decked out in the proper PPE. I've got my welding gloves on, the gauntlet style. I've got a leather apron, face shield, and respirator. That grate is not great. It is, so. But this is how you go about doing it. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see in the picture, but I've marked in yellow the outline. And I just have to cut precisely so that I make it into a circular pattern. Fab a new one. You got her, buddy. Did I measure twice? Always. Once in metric and once in imperial. That's how we do it. You got her, James. Have to adjust the guard. There we go. This is how we do it. Yeah, that's right. Like the Black Guys Band. I've got it clamped there, so it's not going to move on me, right? You got to do it the right way. Take little chunks out of it. Make sure you get the right shape of it. Now that stong's stuck in your... Oh, poor fabric. I believe this is galvanized as well. So it's got a coating of zinc on it. And if you inhale the fumes, if you're welding it, you're going to get the zinc shakes. Nope. Got to go from underneath this time. Yeah, it is coated, James. You're right. No, not rusty, and it's not corroded and falling apart. Oh, here we go. I think we're ready for the... There's the old one on top of the new one. Ta-da! Brand new, round shape. Lots of sharp edges. I had to go over all of those with a grinder. There's the residue of what I cut off of it. That's all the scrap cut off there. And yeah. Boys to Men or something like that? Okay. And now we head outside with our new storm drain cover. And we try it out. Stomp on it. Jump on it. She's not going anywhere. And there you go. Brand new storm drain cover. Courtesy of yours truly. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. But yes, that is storm drain replacement. Notice the old one was smaller. Guess an engineer kind of... I tried to make it size for size. I wanted to make sure it caught onto the edges that go around the inside there, so I had to do that. Well, all right, fellas. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I just want to thank all of you guys that came out tonight. You know, people like David Glenn and James and DJ Ronnie G, Fabric Folds, Human Blaze the Cat. Who else was here? I saw Alex Moore. It was nice to see you, Alex. And, of course, Aris. And Infinite Metal. Thanks for stopping by, Infinite. It's always a good time to chat with you. If you're still around and you're interested, I'd really like to speak more about getting into the trades for your young ones there. I think it's a great idea, and I'm always up for it. And of course, Fabric. If I didn't say you already, Fabric. It's always good to have you. It was a good talk, DJ. Thanks, man. Is Jolly on? Don't know. I haven't seen him. But I'm going to go through, please hit the like button, guys, if you haven't already. Subscribe, and all that good stuff. Tell your friends, spread the word. Tell them old Pop's here. There's other good channels out there. People I watch and enjoy, like Pacific 414. You can always watch Mike on Pacific 414. And DJ Ronnie G, who's in the chat right now. If you like tech talk, or tech, turtles, and astronomy, you go and see DJ Ronnie G. He has his Monday show on Thursday. Oh, it's Snowdub starts in 5 minutes. Okay. I do enjoy a bit of Snowdub. He's very entertaining. But don't forget, there's also Brandon the Anime Guy. There's Carl at the RNG Podcast. There's Tomby. There's Angry Canadian, Nerd Pro Lifeform. Everybody's favorite penguin, Punkwaddle, who has just dropped another Ponderance. I like his penguin positivity. Great stuff from Punkwaddle. And don't forget the aforementioned Infinite Metal. You can find him on Kick and Twitch. You want to watch somebody play some retro games and have a fun time? You go and drop in on Infinite Metal. You'll have a good time. Coming up Saturday, Retro Game Day. More Penguins of Madagascar for the DS. Man, oh man, this game is just going and going and going. But I'm liking it, and I can't wait to get to the end of it. It's, for a DS game, it has full voice acting, which is wild. It's got cutscenes. I mean, they did a good job on it. Way better than the Wii U version. Then coming up after that is Sunday. For Sunday Anime Chat, I am doing all about the remakes in June. So if there's been an anime that was made back in the 70s or 80s, even the 90s, and there's one in this decade, 2020s, we're checking it out. Or even the 2018s, whatever it happens to be, the 2010s. If it has a remake, I'm going to try to check it out. And I hope you guys will come along for the ride. There's some pretty good ones. And we'll do that on Sunday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Be there. Then after that, it's Tuesday again. More trades talk, more pictures, more talking about skilled trades, more checking out to see what the shortages are all, what's going on. And, you know, if you want to get into it, what you can do to help yourself get into the skilled trades. And, yeah, it'll be a fun time. More pictures, more videos. And just all that kind of good stuff, just hanging out in your most industrial stream on a Tuesday night, which is right here. Your wife's in Montana visiting family. Time to get the beer, white shirt, and white socks, put on Bob Seger, and risky business down the hallway. Just take those old records off shelf. Yeah, I could see that. You have yourself a fun time doing that, Fabric. Don't put the Porsche in the lake, okay? Sound advice from James. Anyways, guys, I had a fun time tonight. I hope you did too, and I hope I will see you on the next time that I'm streaming. Until next time, though, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.